Alright, so hey, what's up, guys? This is Alroy Menezes. Um, this is my first time ever shooting a video by myself for a vlog. So let me give you a quick introduction about myself. Um, I'm a 37-year-old Indian living in Bangalore City. Uh, I grew up in this city, and it is very dear to me, but I can't recognize it anymore. But I continue living here. Yeah, and it's still has some of the old perks that I remember it for. All right, so where do I start? I made some notes here. So I finally decided to. I've had a YouTube account for a long time, and I belong to the the generation that kind of finished school during the millennium, during the change of the millennium, and I've been on the internet for a while. Um, Spend a lot of time on YouTube. I have had this channel, I think, for a couple of years, at least maybe a decade. But I've never gotten around to actually putting out like some quality content. And the main reason for this is because I tell myself the main reason for it is because I've never had an action camera, and yeah, so I just picked up this GoPro that I'm shooting this video on, and it's kind of helped me kickstart the channel. So yeah, um, I spend a lot of time watching videos on YouTube, and I watch motovloggers like Bulu Biker, and the usual other suspects like Bar Drift, Sagar Sheldakar, Shumi on his new channel with Kati. I think it's called Motor Motor Inc. Something like that. Yeah. And there's also this guy I watch who's like a local Kannada vlogger who's super hilarious. He does some really funny bike videos, and he puts in a lot of memes and kind of uh, cultural stuff that only if you were localite you would get, and it's super funny. So yeah, given the amount of time that I spend on YouTube watching content, I've been playing around with this thought of creating my own kind of vlogs, and since I'm a passionate motorcyclist, my content obviously would be more focused towards motor vlogging, but I've never gotten around to do it. And like I said, the main reason was because I didn't have an action cam. I could have done some kind of vlogging with a phone or with a DSLR, but I never got around to actually taking it seriously. Um, I have recorded some videos on my phone while riding a motorcycle, but as you can imagine, the video quality is really sucky. There's a lot of vibrations, and it's not good enough to put up on YouTube. I have posted them on my Instagram stories, but that's all they're good for. So now coming to the action cam, I've been doing some research. I did some research for a while. I was considering the Instago 360, and they have another smaller version with a detachable smaller piece, and they show you some really good kind of shots and visuals that you can get from it. Um, and I spoke to a friend. A friend of mine has a YouTube channel where he's kind of inactive at the moment, but he had been putting out some nice motor vlogs. His is specifically motor vlogs. He doesn't even want to show his face, so I'm kind of like being out here in the open. So yeah, we've shot some videos together, and I obviously reached out to him first, asking what do you think, and what would your suggestion be. And his advice was start off with an SJ cam, go with something that is low budget, see if this is something that you're interested in, something that you like. And then I started doing my research and I figured out like the base SJ cam, I think it's called the 5000 or whatever, doesn't have like good enough image stabilization, so it's not recommended for motor vlogging. Then they have cameras like that go into like I think 10,000, 15,000 range, 15,000, 18,000 range. And then I was looking at you know again YouTube, because YouTube is like a huge source of information for me. I spent a lot of time on YouTube, if I haven't mentioned that earlier. And I like before I buy anything, I look for reviews on YouTube. I mean, obviously I read the reviews on Amazon, but then I also look for how to set it up on YouTube, if is there any hacks. So for example, this entire GoPro setup, I picked up the camera on Saturday. Today is Tuesday and I've already got my mic setup done. I've got two cases, I've got a couple of mounts, I've got, yeah. So I mean, YouTube has been a big boon in terms of helping me set up my motorcycles, this camera for example, and pretty much everything around any kind of consumable. So yeah, so going back to the action camera, I did watch some videos where they said that the GoPro 9 is good enough, is a great camera actually for motor vlogging, because I think it shoots in 4K and 1080p, and it is like the it's it, it, the new versions of the GoPro can't beat the 9 in motor vlogging when it comes to basic stuff like motor vlogging. I mean, you're shooting at a wide range or a wide angle, or most of the time you're doing this in the daylight, so low light is not really an issue. um, and yeah, so I did look up the GoPro 9 Black, and it was I think 27 on Amazon with a 2-year warranty and an extra battery. And then I said, you know what, this camera has been around for a while, so let me just check on OLX. And to my luck, I found a guy who stays like less than 2 kilometers from my place, selling the GoPro 9 Black, and he was asking for 21,000. And I messaged him, dropped him a message. We shared numbers. I mean, we exchanged numbers, and yeah. I mean, I think I messaged him on Thursday. Thursday I was supposed. I think Friday we were supposed to meet. Friday he wanted to meet, but then I couldn't because I had like work till 9 o'clock in the night. I had call scheduled till then, and then on Saturday I went out for a function at Bangalore Club, and on the way back I messaged this guy and said, hey, you know what, let's catch up, and I want to check the piece out before I make you an offer or whatever. So he was cool, and he came there. He wanted to meet at Kanti Sweets, and they had some tables outside, so we just sat there, and he opened up his box and showed me the cam. And like, the only, I think he has this accessory that I'm using right now, which is the tripod, which I'm using to shoot, but it doesn't connect to the GoPro. It only connects to a smart phone, and I mean the selfie button, And what else? He had like a charging cable, the and a rubberized, rubber kind of silicone case. And the condition of the cam was like really good. It was like there are no scratches. There were no scratches on the glass or whatever. It was like in really good shape. So I managed to bring it down to, I think, yeah, I would like to say 18,000, but I brought it down to 18,900, which I think is a good deal. And yeah, I paid him straight away, and we closed the deal. And I came back and I ordered a bunch of stuff. So whatever I saved, I think, on not buying the new camera, I spent on the accessories, which I would have done anyway, even if I got a brand new one. So, and the warranty is still valid on this, so that's another great thing. um, what else? So in terms of accessories, what I've gotten for this right now is I've got a Ulanzi, a plastic kind of body. You can't see it. I probably need to, let me see if you can see it. So this is what it looks like right now. Yeah. and that's there's a mic adapter that just arrived today, and there's this mic. It's got a converter for the pin, and yeah, that's the tripod. uh, so yep, that's my setup. um, I just clicked a photograph. All right. Yeah, so I figured out that this would be a great deal. Even though this is like three generations behind what GoPro is selling right now. I think they sell the 12 right now, and this is a 9. But those are like close to like half a lakh. I think I got this for a real good deal, especially for my purpose. And yeah, this gives me the motivation I needed to kickstart my YouTube channel. So yep. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, and I got like a 126 GB memory card with this. I got the selfie stick tripod. I got a rubber case. Got a Type C cable. Got the travel box. Um, yeah, and after this, I've ordered a blue armor mount. I've ordered a chest mount. I've ordered these cases. I've ordered a waterproof case and this case. I mean, you don't really need the waterproof case, but I just figured. Right now, the only issue that I'm facing, like I wouldn't say really an issue. I haven't figured out how to edit videos yet. I mean, I know it's going to be a steep learning curve, but right now I'm using the GoPro app, and I'm able to like trim snippets and like keep them under 60 seconds to post as my Instagram stories, but I'm not able to like freeze and zoom into certain aspects, or maybe add a meme, or do an audio change and stuff like that. So talking about an audio change, I thought that this kind of setup would be boring because you're just looking at my face and I'm talking. Maybe it would have been better if I was riding the bike and talking, but I usually find I don't really watch those kind of videos unless they're related to the motorcycle itself. And uh, yeah, when you're riding the bike, it should be about the bike, right? I don't want to really hear you talk unless you're doing a review of the motorcycle. That's something different. um, okay. So yeah, and other than that, in terms of accessories, there's this mic. I've ordered another smaller mic, which is here. This, but this is kind of really small. It doesn't need an adapter though, because it's just two. I don't know what the term is, TRRS or something like that. But this is kind of really short. I just ordered this because I thought maybe this would be handy with the helmet, but I don't think so. I think I'll probably have to use this. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff that's allowing me to do this right now. Need to upskill on my editing, and yeah, and coming to coming back to the YouTube channel. I think one of my inspirations was I watched this video of all people, Bulu Biker, and he was talking about motorcycle launches, how brands are doing motorcycle launches abroad, and how they kind of bribe um, automotive journalists into writing positive reviews about them, and how they invite influencers and content creators, and um, you know and the kind of perks that they enjoy based on how many followers they have. And I said, you know what, I mean, I'm a content creator. I work as a copywriter and a content creator, and I figured, why not? Like, motorcycling is my passion. I wanted to, at one point in my life, I wanted to be an automotive journalist, but that didn't really work out. And I'm doing well, but I would like to. I mean, whatever I'm doing, I tend to spend a lot of time around motorcycles. So I said, you know what? Let me just start this channel, and I do have other hobbies as well other than motorcycles, but they're mainly motorcycles. And let me be able to create some content, instead of me spending so many hours looking for good content on YouTube and watching some random guys. Let me add some value to, you know, and maybe watch my own videos. I don't really know if I'll do that, but yeah, I'll have to do it when I'm editing it. So yeah, and when I was watching that video, I kind of said, you know what, there are so many guys who are doing this, and like I have been planning this forever and I've never gotten into it, so let me just go ahead and do it. So yeah, um, and coming back to content creation, I mean, I've been writing online from the days of online forums like xbhp and Orkut, and Team BHP is still around. There was another website called RD Dreams that uh, unfortunately went bust due to the owner being not such a nice guy. But anyway, um, I used to write a lot of content and create a lot of engagement, write reviews, write. At that age, I don't think I was, I gave too much of importance about how people would perceive me. But I've been writing for a while, and eventually that turned out into a career. So yeah, so that's where I come from. I come from a content creating background, and in terms of the content that I'm going to be putting out on this YouTube channel, it's going to be mostly related to motorcycles because I'm a really passionate motorcyclist. But I would not restrict it to just motorcycles, right? I'm saying that out loud. I also enjoy traveling. I enjoy going out to restaurants. I love food. I frequently try to create locations, or I look for great locations. I'm a little bit of a gadget freak, not overt, but a little bit. So like this spoke in detail about the camera, right? Um, yeah, and cultural things in art, like music, movies, live shows, and some bit of current affairs and politics, which is not really something that I want to do on my channel. But let's see. Maybe if we let me kind of figure out what kind of audience I'm able to generate, and then I'll take it from there. So yeah, coming to motorcycles, I have four motorcycles. I have an Interceptor that that is slightly tweaked, slightly modified, um, fast, comfortable, mile muncher. This bike is used for the highway, right? I use it for uh, my long distance rides or rides out of the city, wherever I get to spend more time on the highway. Not the best bike to ride through Bangalore during peak hour traffic. It is very painful because it's a 200 kg plus bike, and to manage that weight and squeeze through small gaps for like an hour is like quite challenging. Not to mention, it's a waste of the brakes and the engine and the fuel and everything, because that bike is meant to stretch its legs on the highway. So for the city, I recently picked up an X Pulse Pro Rally Edition with a fully adjustable suspension. uh, that bike is the ultimate in commuting in a city like Bangalore, and it's great off the road as well. So you know how good our roads are, right? The roads here half the time they just abruptly end. So, and I've got I nursed a back injury from an accident on my RX. So, uh, the X Pulse is just a godsend. The suspension is amazing. I literally fly over speed breakers and bounce through potholes and ride over the footpath when there's I, I know people will not appreciate it, but the traffic in Bangalore has to be seen to be believed. It is literally gridlocked with traffic from one edge of the road to the other, and not. Uh, Sometimes there'll be space ahead, but the person in front of you is not moving. So uh, with that 21-inch front tire, I can just climb pretty much anything and make it to work, and make hustling through traffic fun and get good mileage out of it. I think it. So I've heard guys saying that it gives 45, 50 and all. I think if I am getting close to 40, I'm happy, dude. So yeah, That's about the X-Pulse. And I also have an RD350. Uh, the reason I have it is because I spent a long time coveting an RD350. My elder brother had one and sold it because he was still in college in engineering and he couldn't afford to maintain it. Um, I bought the RD out of my own money. I worked hard to earn that. I sailed the high seas in the merchant navy for 3 years, and um, I picked it up through a friend who arranged a bike that was not in great shape but was running. Didn't look like a stock RD at all. Bought this bike in Bombay and bought it in 2008. I've had a hell of a journey with this bike. It's in amazing condition. Uh, it's fast, scary fast. On stock silencers, stock carburetors. Um, Little slightly ported. Um, Running a CDI, not points. I just recently got it set up again. There was head gasket leaking, and got that fixed, and compressions like perfect, uh, carbs cleaned and tuned, and brand new uni air filters on it, and I parked the bike. I think for 2 weeks, and last week I just noticed like some small pieces of the filter on the ground, and I went to check out the bike, and the filters were like completely chewed up by rats. They ate it to the frame with a big hole in it, so it's not going to be functioning as a filter anymore. So super disappointed. Took off the filters, threw them in the can in the garbage bin, blocked and tried to seal the carbs, and these damn rats have come back again. They pulled off the packing and I had to put it back again twice. I even tied some tobacco, but it doesn't seem to be working, so let's see. That's It's ironic that I get the camera and the bike that's been running perfectly fine for so many years suddenly doesn't have air filters. So I'm waiting for the air filters. My dealer doesn't have stock at the moment, so as soon as that's back, I will be doing a vlog on that. And then my last bike is an RX, my last bike and my first bike. This motorcycle was bought for me by my parents in 2002, 2003 when I was a teenager. I was not even 18, I was 17 years old. Bought from Pacer Motors, Yamaha Pacer Motors on Infantry Road, owned by Shaker. That bike has served me really well. Served me until 2020. I was using that bike to go to office and every day until COVID hit and until I picked up the Interceptor. Um, I've done a lot of stuff on that bike. Gone traveling to a lot of places. It was with me in Bombay when I was sailing. Done trips to through the famous Lonavala, Kandala, ridden to Pune. Done a lot of rides here in Bangalore with it. Blown pistons, run different chambers, different bores, the works. So right now it was a 4-speed when I bought it. It's right now a 5-speed. It's running a 5-speed head, a 4-speed block which has been ported, and it's running an RX King 5-speed closed ratio gearbox. It's running a 1900 magnet, that at idle the headlight is like super strong, doesn't need a battery. Yeah, it's a great bike. Unfortunately it's just been lying, standing, rather, for maybe about a year now, um, at my mother's place. So I need to go there and get it started. And I have 3 bikes and a scooter parked in this house, and I don't have space for the RX. So yeah, this action cam and this vlog and this YouTube channel is going to get me to go start the RX. A lot of things that have been pending probably will get started. Um, yeah. So that's about the bikes. Mm, yep. So yeah, like I said, other than bikes, we'll do some other stuff as well. And yeah, I haven't. I was just wondering today before I started to shoot this video if I should put this up on my YouTube channel that I have under my real name, or if I should create an alias. But I've chosen to go with my real name because let's keep it real. Yeah, that's the idea behind this channel, and no fake shit. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking forward to making more vlogs and creating some quality content. Maybe not the best, but something that resonates with you, and something that you can relate to, and something that leaves a lasting impression on you. Maybe motivates you to do something that you always wanted to do. So yeah, here I am, and I will see you soon. Cheers.